Hello, Luke Hatter, and I'm going to be showing you how to paint a Blight Lord Terminator in my paint scheme. With the new Death Guard Codex coming out, I figured it'd be a good point to jump in and paint up one of the Death Guard Terminators I have just laying around. I chose this guy with the dual combi and a plague axe because I thought it looked really cool, and he has this really nice zombie disease skid poking out of his back that I find fun to paint. But let's get into it. I'm starting with Reikarth Flesh. This is going to be that diseased skin base coat for the back folds. That I really wanted to start with kind of like a pale flesh color, like aiming like vampire flesh. You don't want it bright and vibrant flesh. You want it nice and dirty, diseased. Then I went in with some Screamer Pink, which I use for all my cloaks and capes and cloth regalia of the sort. He does have cloak behind his chainmail in the front, so I just kind of like outlined all that, all the chainmail, and I do the back cloak part that is back between his legs on the back side. You don't have to be too precise on this step. We will come back through with the base coat and touch it up at a later point. Next, Leadbelcher for all the metal and chainmail and his gun and his axe, nail bits and dog tags hanging off the side. Leadbelcher is my favorite silver color to kind of go in. I have many other silvers, but Leadbelcher is like that dark, dirty gunmetal kind of silver. I like it for a lot of my true silvers. It's just one of my favorite paints to use. If you do let it sit for a while, it does split, and it does take it a while to shake back together, but it's worth it. Steel Legion drab for all the leather, and mostly leather. Wood bits, I'd use it for wood as well. Oh, oh, here comes Kitty. My black kitty Sven decides he wants to join the party, knocking my camera all over the place. He's a cutie boy. Demanding pets and just trying to sniff up, see what I'm doing. Next in with the Ushaki bone. I use this for all the bone, dried bone. It's just in the name of the paint. You just use it for bone. He's got a skull on his knee, and then he's got a skull on the barrel of his gun. That's the only parts I use this for. Now I'm going to choose the Balthazar Gold for all the bronze pieces on him. All the trim work and all the little doodads and iconography on his shoulder pauldrons. The color's called Balthazar Gold, but it's bronze copper to me, dude. I like this copper the same reason I kind of like the lead belcher. It's a kind of more of a dirty, subdued metallic than any of the other thing. It's really nice. And it's really nice with the shade over top of it. All the chaos trim. And we got an appearance from Freya, the pretty girl Freya, decided to walk through. She really likes to stick her face into my water cup. Then we're going to come back through with the Death Guard green and kind of pick out everything we've messed up or oversplashed onto the green primer that we've had on there, just to clean up the model before we get into the next steps. Now we're going to go in with the Agrax Earthshade, a brown wash all over the entire model. Give it all that dirt and grime that Death Guard really are known for. Try not to get any of that brown shade on the Reichardt's flesh on the back. We're going to shade those specially, give it more of a diseased flesh look after this. First with the Druchii Violet shade, the purple shade. This is going to be the first shade up for the diseased flesh on the back. We're going to go really heavy into the deep recesses just to lay the really dark purple in there. The Tyrian blue, and then since the purples are still on there wet, the blue's just going to go in there as well, kind of do a little wet blend and the recesses and some of the eyes. Then as that's dried, you're going to go back in with the Reichardt's flesh, and you're going to go in and just hit the tops of the diseased skin with this just to bring it back to that bright zombie flesh. Well, that's drying. I'm going to grab Death Guard Green, our original base color, and I'm going to go through and edge highlight a lot of the armor panels, and the pauldrons, his knee, his head, just to, not too much, but just enough to give back a little edge highlight to after the shade. Next, we're going to go with Elysian Green and do a true edge highlight over the edges we just highlighted with the Death Guard Green, just to make it pop a little bit. You don't do the exact same amount as you did Death Guard Green, but just a little tiny bit. Then we're going to take Crimson shade, a red shade that I'm going to put on the diseased flesh. This is going to go mostly on the top part where you put down the Reikarth flesh. You don't really want to get into the creases where the two other shades are, but this will give a nice red pinkish glow to the top part of the rotten flesh, give it like a real diseased, irritated look. And then we're going to go at all the metal parts with Typhus Corrosion, which is like a really gritty, technical paint to give it just like a rust base color. We're going to come back at it with some rust next step, but this gives it like a real texture and that gritty pittingness that rust will have. We're going to grab some Armageddon dust and slab that all over the base as our basing material. I like it because it's bright, with the Death Guard being really dark, mostly in color. The bright base really makes it a contrast and for me, it makes it pop. I'm going to get Riser Rust, which is a dry brush paint, so it's a real thick paint, so you really got to work that into the bristles. And just lightly dry brush that over the Typhus Corrosion, working up layers. Another appearance by Freya. You don't want to make it too orange, but you want it to be on there so that it actually pops. Next, I'm going to take some Lead Belcher and I'm going to edge highlight some of the rusty areas. Just so it looks like the metal's been worn and the rust is worn away a little bit. Next, Blood for the Blood God. This we're going to throw a little bit on the axe like he just hatcheted someone and he's got a little blood left. Nurdle's Rot, another favorite technical paint. I want to put this around the diseased flesh on the armor, where there's pits in the armor, like he's oozing out a little bit, and around the diseased flesh, like it's pussy and just oozy coming out of the fleshy area. And we're gonna paint the rim base matte black like I usually do. And he's that much closer to being done. One little Army Painter grass tuff, because that big base needs just something a little bit on there to break it apart. And after that, let's get in the glamour shots. Thank you for joining me and following me along with me painting this Blight Lord Terminator. If you liked it, like and subscribe. And thanks for watching a mediocre miniature painting video.